If you're born in a night world in the Imperium of Man, your chances of piloting an Imperial Knight are very slim. Only those of noble houses, in other words the elite of the night worlds, have the privilege of going to war inside one of these god machines. However, there is a rank of knight that is at the bottom of the hierarchy that can be piloted by one lucky lowborn or bondsman. It's the Imperial Armiger Warglaive. And with that said, I want to welcome you guys back to another 40 Facts about the 40K universe. I am your host, Gersh1, and today we're going to be talking about the Armiger Warglaive. If you guys are new to the channel, we post Warhammer 40K lore videos every single day. What I try to do is I read you the lore that is amazing, and then I connect it with some aspect of the hobby, whether it's terrain building or just showcasing models or actually painting. Something that has to do with the hobby towards the end of the video. In this situation, I'm going to be showcasing my Armiger Warglaive, so stay tuned to the very end so you guys can check that one out and let me know what you guys think. If you guys have suggestions for other topics of 40K that you guys would like me to talk about, or any questions about 40K, just comment down in the comment section below. I'll try to create a video for you guys. And if you enjoy our content, consider hitting the like button, sharing with your friends, and doing everything that the YouTube algorithm asks you to do. Hit the little bell notification icon, all that good stuff. But with that said, let's get into 40 facts on the Armiger Warglaive. Though they are the lightest class of Imperial Knight regularly deployed on the battlefield, each Knight Armiger is still an imposing war engine capable of butchering entire squads. They possess exceptional speed, able to outpace most battle tanks and transport vehicles when moving at flat-out runs, and can react almost as quickly as a flesh and blood warrior. And to compensate for their comparatively smaller size, Armiger-class Knights typically hunt in packs of 2 or 3. In the case of Warglaives, this involves rapidly outflanking and encircling their quarry just like wolves on a hunt, before closing in on a rune-transmitted signal to trap and slaughter the enemy. What's unusual about these knights is that the Armigers are not fitted with a full throne mechanicum. Instead, they are controlled using a more compact device known as a helm mechanicum. Placed upon the head and connected via prefrontal sockets to the pilot's cerebrum, these machines don't require a full becoming ritual in order to neural interface with success. For this reason, the prestige of piloting an Armiger is significantly less than that attached to sitting in a full-fledged throne mechanicum. This is compounded by the fact that while Armigers can operate independently, it is traditional for their helm mechanicum to be neurally slave to a command impulse of a larger knight, rendering them subordinate. To accept such mental serfdom is to possess the rank of bondsman, and while this is certainly not a mark of dishonor, it is far from glorious among the nobles of a night world. For many Armiger pilots, the mental imperative transmitted through their neural bonds can be unnatural and evasive. It is common for a new pilot to feel a sense of resentment or upset at having their desires and opinions directed remotely, while those without the requisite mental fortitude may even lose their grip on their sense of self. More than one Freeblade has been born from such feelings, the Armiger pilot rebelling and fleeing rather than enduring the mental dominance of another. It is for this reason that many Armiger pilots train at the side of a Knight Preceptor before assuming the duties alongside their bond liege. The dutiful and heroic example set by a Knight's Preceptor inspires Armiger pilots to accept their subservience to such obvious champions of the Imperium, and also plants within their mind a firm aspiration to their duty and to live up to the example set for them. As the Knight Preceptors are conditioning the Armiger pilots, they are also busy assessing their abilities. Most bondsmen begin piloting from the helm of a Warglaive, for its weapons and role are both relatively straightforward. Those who demonstrate a cool nerve and a marksman's eye are soon recommended by their Knight Preceptors for promotion to an Armiger Helverin. It is for these reasons that the piloting of an Armiger falls to those of the lower social strata of the noble houses. Some give this duty to distant relatives and minor offshoots of some established bloodline, or the surviving knights of a house that has fallen on hard times. Others elevate the finest common-born warrior from amongst the household guard or planetary militia force, raising their family's standing from mere peasantry to valued and respected meritocracy. Still, other noble houses maintain specialist suborders of favored retainers who are fated from birth to be Armiger pilots. Such is the case for House Griffith's Order of the Hound, who is bred with a notion of faithful service and honorable submission to the noble's will. These warriors are expert Armiger pilots who favor the close-quarter aggression of a Warglaive, and who stride into battle alongside their masters filled with dogged determination to do their betters proud. On one arm, the Armiger Warglaive wields a fearsome Reaper Chaincleaver. It is a terrifying sawtooth weapon similar but smaller to the Reaper Chainsword that can mangle metal and gnaw flesh. On the other hand, they are equipped with a thermal spear, which is just a large melta-weapon that levels a lance-like beam of superheated directed energy that can reduce rock-creep bunker walls to pools of bubbling lava. A single shot from such a weapon can vaporize even the most heavily protected combatant, melt through the walls of a bunker, and reduce tanks to molten wrecks. Atop their carapace, each Warglaive also carries a heavy stubbard to take care of infantry, or else a melta-gun that augments their already fearsome anti-armor capabilities. Now that we know the lore to the Armiger Warglaive, it's time to showcase my Armiger Warglaive. This is one of 4 that I have. The other 3, they're not painted, or 2 of them aren't even built yet. But this one I'm really proud of, and I think I've showcased it before. I want to show it off again just because I feel like I did such a good job on it. I was going for like a Blanchitsu style, like grim dark effect, but I also wanted to do blue, and I feel like this came out really well. The actual armor itself is not like a piercing blue; it's almost like a teal, and it looks really badass. I did some conversion work. The head is comes from the skull kit that GW produces. There's lore behind it. It's removable, and so is the stubbard on the top. But the lore behind this guy is that he's an actual he was a pilot that worked for a noble house, and he had a companion which was a Ogren. And the Ogren, if you guys know the lore of the Ogren, I'll probably cover it in the near future, but Ogrens form a really strong bond to one individual. Usually it's like a commissar or whoever trained him, and then they protect that individual like almost like as loyal as a dog, like a protective dog. And the story is that when the Princeps was under attack, that Ogren died. You know, this happened when the pilot of this Warglaive was young. He died, so in order to honor him, he put the skull of the Ogren on his Warglaive, kind of like signifying that even in death, I'm still going to war with my protector, my defender. And then the actual machine spirit of the Warglaive took on that soul of the Ogren. So yeah, that was my little flavored lore that I did for this guy, and I'll probably do some more lore on the other guys. Tell me what you guys think of the paint job. This is another one of those things that I painted a long time ago. So some of the colors are a little too vibrant. Maybe I should have toned down some of the wires. But either way, yeah. If you guys have suggestions for any other topics of Warhammer 40K that you guys would like us to cover, or have any questions about the 40K universe, just ask down in the comment section below. I'll try to create a video for you guys. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. This was Gershwan with One Mind Syndicate, signing out.
Oh, if you could put my freedom